Hi, I'm Michela and I've got a little toddler and another number 2 on the way. Today I'm going to be doing fish cakes. They are easy, simple, and they provide a solution for not just baby, but toddler and the adults in the family. And most importantly, they're quick and easy and super nutritious. To start this recipe, you just need to put your main ingredients into the pan and cover them with milk. So we've got about 250 grams of sweet potato, which I've peeled and diced because they cook nice and quickly. That's about 1 large sweet potato. We've got 250 grams of, I would either use salmon or a nice white fish, so it's got a nice meatiness, but make sure you've removed all the bones. Now your fishmonger can do that for you, or you could use tinned salmon if you prefer, but that's really, really important that you've got no bones in this fish for your little baby. So that's gonna go into your pan. And then you're gonna put about 2 large handfuls of frozen peas. It's about 100 grams. And then cover that with some full fat milk because you want to poach the sweet potato, fish and peas all at the same time. So just bring that to the boil, a gentle boil, and as soon as you just see it starting to bubble, turn it down to a low simmer, and that should be about 5 to 8 minutes to poach that fish. Make sure it's really well cooked, and obviously your sweet potato is too. That's been poaching in there on a low simmer for about 5 minutes. Let's have a little look. So if you use a fork and it goes through, you know it's well cooked. There we go, potatoes are cooked. And then the most important thing is obviously to make sure your fish is cooked. Okay, you want to drain this. Most important thing is you want to keep the milk because we're going to use that in a little bit to loosen up the fish cake. So just pop a colander over a bowl, just separate the liquid from the mix. In that goes back into your pan because you're going to mash all that together. Lovely, so there you've got the base of your fish cakes, which is going to go perfectly for baby. Now you could do one of 2 things. If your baby's enjoying finger foods and textures and is at that stage, you could just spoon off some of this into a little bowl. My little one loves peas and anything kind of cooked like this. Or if your baby's a little bit younger, just mash it all up. This is the stage you pull this out for baby because it hasn't been seasoned and it's got no added salt. So I'm going to pull out a small portion for the little one. You can serve that as is to little baby, or what I like to do is use a little bit of that poaching liquid just to loosen it to the desired consistency. And that adds a little bit of moisture, but most importantly, those lovely flavors and nutrients from the poaching liquid. So baby's portion's done. Now we're gonna get on to making fish cakes for the toddlers and the adults. So you wanna add in 1 egg. Now make sure you mix it quite quickly because the mixture's still warm and you don't want it to scramble. And we're gonna add the zest of 1 lemon as well to give it a little bit of zing. So now the mixture's cooled, we're just gonna form the patties. So all you need is 2 bowls. And we're gonna pop 1 egg into one. Give it a little whisk. And remember, we're doing this now for toddler and adults. So we're going to add a little pinch of salt to the egg. And similarly, we're going to season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then you just need to put into your other bowl the crunchy topping. Now you can use different things for this. You could use regular breadcrumbs, you could use oats, some people use cornflakes, but my favorite is using Ryvita crackers, so a rye cracker, because they're nice and dry and they make it go really crunchy and crispy. Got a baking tray, which I've covered with a little bit of grease-proof paper, so they're easy to come off. You're just going to get about a tablespoon amount. So form a little patty, dip them first in the egg, and then pop them in the breadcrumbs. This recipe makes approximately 12 fish cakes. The other little tip you could do is into that topping, you can put some dried herbs. You could put oregano, basil, whatever herbs you want to experiment with. But again, it's all really about introducing different flavors and textures to your kids. Lovely, last one. That's it. So it makes about 12 patties and your baby food. Just gonna wash my hands. Now, just before they go in the oven, I'm just gonna drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil. They go in at about 190 degrees for 20 minutes. I turn them over halfway through just to make sure they're nice and golden all the way around. Remember, when you put these in the oven, they're essentially cooked because you've cooked the fish already, the potatoes all been cooked, it's just the egg that needs really properly cooking. The colour alone is amazing. For me, it's the sweetness of that sweet potato, which you don't get from regular potatoes, and they cook quicker, so it's much more practical. But then you've got that crispy crunch on the outside, and the best bit, the zing of that lemon zest is just delicious. So I'm just going to portion up a toddler-sized portion, a couple of fish cakes, some seasonal greens, and a bit of veg. So there you go. There's my sweet potato fish cakes for baby, toddler, and adult. Head across to jamieoliver.com if you want the recipe. There's a special link there for you. Simple, quick solutions which are really nutritious.